It's bass pedal day again, and I've got the MXR M287 sub-octave bass fuzz. This is a crazy fun pedal, and as a relatively new bass player, I'm beginning to realize just how important octave and fuzz effects are in bass, and how they get used a little bit differently than how I would approach them on guitar. A lot of times I'll use fuzz to make a long, sustaining synth-like note that I can just kind of land in there and let it hang. And a compressor like the Keeley Bassist can be really good for that too. But a fuzz is a great second voicing option to have. And then there's the octave, because baby, sometimes fuzz just ain't enough. This pedal takes some getting used to. It isn't set up the way I imagined it was when I was just looking at it online, but I think I cracked the code, so here we are in a brand new video about it. Plus, I mean, not for nothing, but this is just a good looking pedal. And yes, those are sparkles. First things first, this is a fuzz and octave pedal, but the switches are labeled bypass and octave, not fuzz and octave. And that's because when this guy is off, the pedal is bypassed entirely. This will light up, but you won't get the octave effect. So don't think of this as two pedals in one. Instead, let's think of it like a soda machine with three flavors. There's fuzz, octave, and dry. And each one of these knobs determines the amount of each flavor that gets mixed into the output. Let's start with the fuzz circuit, which is made up of the fuzz mode switch, gain, bass, treble, and fuzz. The switch selects between two different styles of fuzz. Gain is, well, you know what gain is. It's how overdriven the fuzz is. And bass and treble let you boost or cut the low and high ends of the fuzz signal. With the fuzz knob all the way down, none of those knobs matter because this knob controls the overall volume of the fuzz effect. So these are the fuzz sound, and this is the fuzz amount. And next up is the octave, and same thing here. This knob controls the amount of sub-octave signal that gets mixed into the output, but only when this switch is on. Next, the dry knob. This lets you add in some of the original clean signal, but that clean signal can be hard to hear with all the other stuff we're mixing in there, which is why they give us a mid-level knob to raise the mids, basically giving the dry signal a fighting chance of being heard in the mix. This mid-level knob only affects the dry signal, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Open up the back of the pedal and you'll find this switch, and it's only sort of documented in the instructions as SW1. It affects the shape and intensity of the boost, and you can get that boost at 420 hertz, or at 840 hertz. So depending on where you want that accent to happen, this can be very helpful, and now you know. Something else I'll point out as long as we're in the instructions is the fuzz, octave, dry, and the EQ knobs all go above unity volume. It's a boost. Like you can get 10 decibels of boost from the EQ knobs, 10 to almost 13-ish from the fuzz gain, 17 from the octave, and almost 9 decibels from the dry knob. So there's a lot of volume on tap here and a lot of opportunities to clip your signal if you're not careful, or if you're into that sort of thing. Now that we have a good overview of the knobs and what they do and how they work together, let's get down to the important part, how it sounds. There's two fuzz modes, and we'll just call them red and blue for obvious reasons. With the gain and tone knob centered, here's red. And here's blue. Red. Blue. Very different sounds, and the website says that red is bright and aggressive, and blue is warm and compressed. So choose your fighter. I'd say the blue sounds like a big hairy wrecking ball, and red sounds like an industrial chainsaw with racing fuel in it. Both really dangerous, but probably also a lot of fun. One more piece of the puzzle. The website also says MXR's engineers combined the growl section of the bass octave deluxe with a long-forgotten fuzz circuit. And I interpret that as the sub-octave part of the pedal is using the same awesome sub-octave circuit from the bass octave deluxe. Which is good because I really like the sub-octave sound out of this pedal. As for the long-forgotten fuzz circuit, I'm sure it's something very much not long forgotten, like a standard fuzz or a hard distortion, and the modes select between clipping and tone shaping options. That or it's based on a muff or a rat or something Jim Dunlop doesn't own and they just didn't want to mention it by name. Whatever, two very good options in there. The bass and treble knobs are a really nice touch. I like seeing low and high end boost and cut rather than a single passive tone or filter knob. And that the fuzz gain is separate from the fuzz volume, that lets me cook up some really interesting combinations. I'm really taking a liking to this pedal. It's got the growl part of the bass octave deluxe and a fuzz that kind of reminds me of the Sub Machine. And as long as I've got all these guys out, let's get a family photo. Look at those sparkles. It's very Easterish. My take, it's a very interesting pedal, and it got a lot more interesting to me once I spent some time figuring out the overall signal flow. Although I will add, I love what MXR does with their manuals. They have this directions section, which if you follow it, it introduces you to each major feature of the pedal in a really thoughtful way. I doubt anyone other than me actually reads those, but just in case the fine engineers at MXR are watching this, good job. I'm proud of you. Hopefully that cleared up what this pedal is all about. I'll admit I bought it mostly blind and I didn't find a ton of videos that answered my questions about how it worked, which is why I thought it would be a perfect subject for a video. And I hope you agree. If you like what I'm doing here, you can help me keep doing it. All I'm asking is for you to just click subscribe if you haven't already, maybe tell a friend, and just keep being a good person. We need more good people right now. Keep it warm and fuzzy, and I'll see you on the next Stompbox Breakdown.